I've been meaning to get to this for a while now, but jump to 2.7 because this is such a. I wanted to carve out some time for this because it's such a perfect example of this fucking retarded clown world we're in. This is the person identified as having exposed her penis to children at the Wee Spa. Goes by the name of Precious. Could you possibly be less precious than that? I mean, I'm not exaggerating. What's less precious than this? Fuck you. I'm going to cut you.
We did cover this, which is good, though.
No. We briefly covered it.
Yep.
And we showed this guy, right? So let's take a step back because there's been some developments. There was some rioting outside of Wee Spa we never spoke about. So here's the truth. That man waved his dick at a young black girl. The mother was furious. She filmed it and said, fuck this place. The spa said, sorry, those are our rules. That woman that you're looking at now has the right to dangle his penis in front of your children. She says, fuck that, that's bullshit. Conservatives go to protest the spa and say, we don't want penises in children's faces. Pretty old-fashioned. That's modern conservatism. You're thinking outside the box if you say that. Antifa takes all of this as anti-trans, so they go to protest it. Proud Boys show up to defend the Christians who aren't into penises and kids. So the truth is, Proud Boys went to defend children. Actually, what does it say in front of the old bill? That's a courthouse in London where Tommy was arraigned, and it says something like must protect the children and the poor at all costs or something like that. Look that up. So the Proud Boys go to defend the honor and the rights of a child, and they say this child can't fight for herself, so we're fighting for her and saying don't rape kids, basically, right? The narrative becomes Proud Boys are anti-trans and they're there because they don't want trans people to exist or they're less than, all their silly jargon. Defend the children of the poor and punish the wrongdoer. Defend the children of the poor. Children of the poor, I'll look it up later, and punish the wrongdoer. That's what Proud Boys were doing. They were defending the children and trying to punish the wrongdoer. Not even punishing the wrongdoer. They were just focusing on defending the children. So a fight breaks out at the OK Corral. And again, it's these damaged feminists. Like that poor woman we just saw, right? She's sitting there because of trans, smiling as someone flushed her, not just 10 years, her best years. She's got no kids. They ruined her life. Her whole reason of existing is gone now. You can see her crow's feet. She's probably 35, getting near 40. Too late for kids. That homosexual fucked her over. And she's smiling through it. And these girls are also feminists, liberated from the kitchen. This is the same demographic that's burning down churches in Canada. And this guy shows up and he says, hey, I support the idea of not dangling a dick in front of a kid's face. And what do?
I'm not attacking you. I'm not hurting you. I'm asking you a question. Are you here because you believe in trans rights and women's rights? Not anything else.
Look how tired he is of this shit.
Yes or no?
Because I believe this is
Yes or no?
fuck off!
Honey,
they're not here for the right reasons.
I don't.
Giving the right to live how they want to have dignity, respect. I think that women have the right to their freedom.
As a female,
Their feelings.
I identify as both female and trans, and I'm non-binary. I have the right to be in spaces.
Isn't that interesting? Pause. That she immediately jumps to herself. So this is about a kid, her sexual innocent, being safe, and she jumps to her stupid reaction.
She says she's a female and trans, by the way, but then she corrects
Non-binary.
it non-binary.
Yeah.
So she's not even trying to be a guy.
Fuck off.
It's just I'm a thing.
Yeah.
Trans woman needs to be in a woman's space to be safe. That is her right.
Many
That is her right.
biological women don't feel
I am a biological pussy.
You know what's crazy about this too is those protesters know the whole story. And very few, outside of our viewers, few people have seen the trans woman that this is all about. They have. They know it. They know Z. They know them.
At least you're respecting the pronouns. Yeah, what do they think? It was kind of like a dainty one that's just like, oops, I'm sorry.
I'm a lady.
My towel fell.
Well, we know that it wasn't a dainty lady, or no one would have known.
Right. Oh yeah, you're right.
They would have like quietly changed around in a stall or something. This was just like, "What's up, dudes? I mean, ladies, my fellow bitches."
Women don't feel
I am a biological pussy-having person, okay? I know you for it.
Me. Back to me. No, it's about defending the children.
Women don't feel safe with male genitalia in their private space.
Genitalia?
Piece of shit. Trans women are women. How about that?
Okay, female genitalia in front of children.
No, that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, a changing room in a woman's spa?
In front of children? I don't know.
What?
It's like, well, if you have your kid in there and then in the locker room.
Were you
naked
just
guys
born like
around?
1 hour ago? Yeah, if I'm at a public pool and there's a changing room, I couldn't care less if my kids see an adult penis. My sons. You don't think that's normal?
It's not ideal.
What do you mean ideal?
It's not ideal. That's not. If you could opt out of that and say, how about you see
No.
no penises?
No. You see tons of penises as a young man in a non-sexual way in a changing room, Ryan. God damn it. Did you grow up in a cucumber jar? Like, don't you know anything?
A pickle jar. You don't just jar cucumbers.
What do you think a pickle is? It's a retired cucumber.
Fair enough. It's a trans pickle.
No, but it's nobody sane has a problem with your 8-year-old girl at a woman's changing room at a public pool or a waters park or something, seeing other ladies' tits and pubes. That's a human body. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the disproportionate risk of there being sexual harm done to a child when the genders are reversed. And we have men's dicks in young girls' faces. Young girls shouldn't see dicks. Boys, in an asexual way, yeah, dick it up.
Genitalia does not mean anything about gender, okay? Genitalia does not mean if somebody's sexualizing somebody else's genitalia, that's on them. That's on that woman.
No. We don't know what his motives were, and we don't want to risk it. It's highly possible that he was just changing, and he's under the impression he's a woman, and he wasn't doing anything sexual. I'm not risking that, thanks. It's called playing the odds. Like the fight I had with my daughter. I'm not saying that a Cub Scout leader is definitely going to rape a kid, but the risks are disproportionately high with that demographic, so why risk it? It's like Israel. When you go there, they ask you a few questions, and they don't have the same kind of screening that it's in many ways it's more casual than it is in America, but they catch every single terrorist because they're not worried about being politically correct. They play the odds.
They're not trying
I'd like to go about my way.
They're not trying to sexually harass her.
All right, that's enough of that.
Trans women are women.
So we got a letter about it. Let me give you a quick synopsis of the We Spa July 3rd protest in LA. Antifa arrived at 9 a.m. in front of the We Spa, and patriots trickled in later around 11 a.m. But we beat one by one without an LAPD presence to neutralize Antifa. But we beaten one by one? Please read your fucking letters to me before you hit send. So that's 2-9. This is the first video. I heard Antifa got their ass handed to them by the cops eventually. That's good to hear for a change.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's the live leaker guy, Iced Tea.
Yo, we here in front of the spa.
I'm not going to be doing comments today.
I don't care. Can you scroll to it getting good? You know, I gotta say, poor We Spa. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. If they ban the trans person, then Antifa smashes their windows. If they don't, kids get raped. I would just take the broken windows.
Peterson. It was.
All right, that was boring. I think you young people have too much time on your hands. Am I supposed to watch all that? How long was that? Half an hour?
Long.
Then on July 17th, the same Antifa presence was met with much more organized and an angry patriot crowd, in addition to the LAPD striking both sides with their batons.
I know it's late. Many of you guys have been seeing things already happen at Respa.
Not the best optics, Antifa. You're arguing for the rights of trans women to dangle their penises in kids' faces. I can't believe it never occurred to you that it's normal for kids to be in a changing room with men. All right, boring. That was a waste of time. I have better clips here. Jump to 3-3. Antifa gets it in the belly, this says. That's always good to hear. I guess this is the Daily Beast would call this me lusting for violence. No, I'm lusting for what you call equity in violence, where you guys get a taste of it too. Oh yeah, that was played a million times. And again, who is it? It's broads. Fat, out of shape women are burning down churches, attacking people, defending trans, defending pedophiles. Go to 3-4. Police clash with Antifa counter-protesting at the Wee Spa after several smoke bombs and water bottles were thrown. So they had 2 demonstrations about this. Like, hey, Antifa, if you're doing optics, find like a trans person who was fag bashed or something and say, this has to stop, these people are human. That's a much better cause than that disgusting, psychotic creep with the knife who dangled his dick in front of a child's face. You're fighting for the rights of pedophiles right now.
Yeah, they're sick of it, the cops.
And if you go to Daily Mail, this is what the Daily Mail does. They don't want to get sued, so they can't lie. So what they do is they have the fag bashers as the header, and they know no one reads to the very bottom, and then at the very bottom they say the truth. This is, 3-2. LAPD confirms 40 arrested during violent transgender rights protest where members of Proud Boys and Antifa clashed outside of Koreatown Spa. Now, when you read that, you just go, oh, okay, so one group wants transgender people to have rights and one group wants them dead, right? LAPD arrested 40 people. They clashed. Videos emerged showing them in full riot gear. Sent a statement that on Twitter that smoke bombs and other projectiles were thrown at officers. And the way that's phrased, it could be Proud Boys, right? Which it wasn't, but that's the phrase. So go back to it, and then you scroll down. By the way, have you noticed that there's no pictures of this fucking guy? It's all just, he just represents this nebulous concept of transgenderism. There's that dumb fat bitch getting it in her gunt. What do we got here? They threw water at me and screamed about Jesus and said, so these are, so you're a right-wing freak if you don't want kids getting raped. Keep scrolling down. Oh, it was tons of weapons confiscated from Antifa. Never are weapons confiscated from Proud Boys. They just use their fists. And they go to jail for it. What weapons did Max and John have? Actually, they were charged with having weapons. Max was charged with using a deadly weapon, his boot. And then John was charged with having a deadly weapon. He happened to have a pocket knife in his pocket that he wasn't using. It was the same kind of pocket knife used to open envelopes. But then, so you go to the way to the bottom. Now at the bottom, we're starting to see the truth. Yeah, look at this. Then they have an interview with her. She's black, by the way, but we can't see her. She's been getting death threats.
Locker rooms everywhere.
Just go up a little tiny bit. Suspicion about the authenticity of the video. What? Police grew to suspect a hoax after failing to find a witness who saw a trans woman at the spa. On Saturday, police declared an unlawfulness. So now it's all fake? Wait a minute. Go up more. The free-for-all scene. So now they're claiming that the whole thing is fake? That's not true. We have the guy. This has got to be written by a woman. Go back to the top. Christopher Erbhardt and Harriet Alexander. See, chicks are always involved when it's this kind of bullshit. So the narrative is just light years away from the truth. Which brings me to something much bigger. Remember I told you about that black photographer who wanted my daughter's friend to pose and to DM her? And I said, I can't get into it because the police are going to do a sting. I think I've given enough time for the police to do their stinging. So, many years ago, I think it was 2013 or 2008, a guy named William Barlow, go to 3-8. 6 men were arrested for seeking sexual relations with a minor, right? This was in Boston. 5 arraigned, 1 sought after stinging. Wait, was that 3-5?
3-8.
3-8? Is that the article I wanted to use?
3-5 is call him out.
All right.
6 men have been charged.
Go back.
A trade sting. This is.
Yeah, there we go.
3-5.
That's what? 3-5? Mm-hmm. Okay. So 6 guys there. Move it over because I'm hiding him. Look at the black guy. That's William Barlow, right? Now save that face because we're going to do a comparison. Now I emailed you a picture of a guy named Suhail. Suhayl. There he is. Now go back to the other picture. Go back, if you can do that. Blink, blonk, blink, blonk would be the sound.
We're
it would
going to do
make.
a blink, blonk, blink, blonk. We could do
Blink,
that.
blonk, blink, blonk. Like an indicator in French is a clignotant.
Blink,
Clignotant.
blanc.
Okay?
Blink.
So that's William Barlow, and he was one of 6 men arrested. What's the date on that? 2012? Yeah, in Boston, trying to have sex with minors. And what the police did is they posed as minors online, and then they'd say, let's fuck, and the guys would go over there, and then they would arrest them when they arrived at the location, because they had all the chat logs. Now, this guy, allegedly, I've got to be careful here, has to register as a sex offender. And if you go to 3-6, you can see that the Cambridge, Massachusetts registry includes a guy named William Barlow. He also has his aliases: Sage, Crispus, Barlow, Will, Azan, Suhail. Right? You see Suhail at the end there?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's go to some older thing called Deviation. Unfortunate name. And in the photo credits, we have a guy calling himself William, in quotes, Suhail Barlow. So that's the photo credit right there. So William Barlow looks like this guy Suhail. He's a photographer. William Barlow is then linked to this Instagram account. Click on that.
Oh.
Okay, so if you go back, he's not there. He's not linked to William Barlow there. But if you go to Bird NYC, did I include that link? Yeah, that's 3-9. So go to 3-9, and we have this guy Suhail. Right? And if you click on that, no, click on his website. It's got his phone number there, a bunch of stuff. And what he does is he takes pictures of a lot of dudes, too, to, I believe, to obfuscate it and to make it look like he's just a photographer. If you are registered as a sex offender or you've ever been arrested for anything involving minors, isn't it the law that you can't go near minors ever again? It should be. But go back to his Instagram page. This guy is constantly photographing young girls. Look at those girls. Scroll down some more. There he is. That's William Barlow. That's not William Barlow. Keep going. Oh, I think he deleted it. He had this woman who was almost nude, and she definitely looks underage. She's wearing a transparent top. You can see her nipples. Oh, I think he's taken it down. Yeah, he has.
The ones on the top are young as hell.
Yes. Look at that. And what does he say there? What's the caption in that one? I can't read it.
It wasn't long ago.
It wasn't long ago.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
It wasn't long ago you couldn't stand this close. The apple is open. Resume the post, bird. Per usual, doing the most. What you want? Some casual shit? Mastermind of model. Good times. I take my flowers. I never wait for it. Make it an orchid.
That's
the color
telling.
purple. Flick. Whoopee.
What if you had to decode that. I take my flowers, I never wait for it. You never wait for them to bloom?
So I think every single woman he photographs, I want you to do this. I'm banned from everything. I want you to go on Instagram and make sure every woman he photographs knows who William Barlow is. This person has to be exposed. He's a sexual predator. And I know a mom who called him on his phone, and he had this total arrogant attitude of like, what the fuck? Fuck you, bitch. I'm a photographer. Mind your own fucking business. Instead of like what you'd think most pedophiles would be, which is, oh shit, take down my fucking social media. I don't want to get caught. I don't want to get arrested. He should be arrested. If William Barlow is Sue Hale, and it sure as fuck looks like it is, then he should be arrested. Why is he around kids? Why is he around young women? Defend the children. So please find him on Instagram, blow up his spot, and make sure all of the models find out who the fuck William Barlow is, and make sure he doesn't work again. Why is a pedophile allowed to be near children? Those girls look like they're fucking 17. And the girl he approached, the reason this guy came across my radar is she's 16. So he was just, I have proof, he was just approaching a 16-year-old, and he did this thing where he's like, DM me, which I believe is a legal thing where he can say, I didn't contact her, she contacted me. Scroll down on that picture. So you get this if you Google image him. Suhail Azan, he's called. Which is exactly like that guy at Nextdoor in Westchester, who was on there complaining about racism in America, and then one of the housewives researches him and discovers that he was raping prisoners when he worked at fucking Rikers or whatever. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I keep trying to look for that. You used to remember the first name, Ruben Garcia?
Yeah, that's it, Ruben. I think I had it here because I like to bring him.
Guy?
No, he's black.
He's a black guy, right? But it was Ruben.
Here it is. Ilhan. Yeah, Ruben Illa. Rubenilla. Ruben Illa. And he was on there talking about racism, and then one of the housewives researches him, and they go, are you not a serial rapist? Because if you fuck prisoners, consent is impossible, so you're a rapist. And he did it more than once. So this guy's sitting there preaching. He's got a white girlfriend looking after the white kid. Who knows how the biological father is? He must be really happy about a sexual predator living with his son. And so all the housewives who had been kissing his ass, they love a black man telling them what to do. It's almost sexual. They go, that's a very dangerous allegation. How dare you accuse him of that? You better know what you're talking about. And the housewife was like, I do. She's got to defend the children here. The liberals, this is the theme of today's show. Liberals and political correctness leave our children unsafe. And this is what was happening. So he then comes up with a post he puts on Nextdoor that says, extreme ownership, in all caps. And he bravely and proudly concedes that he does have a sexual predator past. And you know what they do? They say, you are so brave. Pardonnez-moi? You are so brave to own your raping. What is all this called? It's what Donald Trump Jr. would call liberal privilege. Black privilege, too. Like this guy, Van Jones, 1-8. Got a good flow going here today. All the stories are linking together. It's like an episode of Mr. Show. Jeff Bezos gave Van Jones $100 million because he wants to support people who are trying to bring the races together. Van Jones said white people have a virus in their minds. Click on that. I thought that came with a video or a picture. No? Wait, what's that? It's not the white racist we have to worry about. Oh, so he's like, yeah, this is supposed to be defending him, but he's saying that white people are evil, especially white liberals. They're evil.
thought.
So that's a career ruiner. Imagine I said black people have a virus in their mind. Well, I mean, I'd have to have my own website where you can only see me behind a paywall, and I'd be banned from everything. So we get banned for much less. But liberal privilege, black privilege, means they can say something like that and still receive $100 million. Jeff Bezos must have said to his researchers, hey, can you just Google this guy and make sure he's never fucking raped a kid or something? I'm about to give him $100 million. And that must have come up. I'm sure if you do Van Jones controversy in Google, that comes up. And he must have went, yeah, everyone likes him. He's black. Just do it. It's not so important what the truth is. It's not, reality isn't important. It's perception over reality. And the perception of Van Jones is that he's a good guy who cares. And he cried once about racism. Remember that? Embarrassing fucking... I want him to get canceled for this just as a dude. He should be kicked out of the men's club. That was 1-7. The worst cry. Remember we talked about this before?
You know the I can't breathe.
It's
I couldn't be his friend if we were friends after this.
Well, it's easier to be a parent this morning. It's easier to be a dad. It's easier.
This Blackting got him the $100 million award. He fuck the Academy Awards. You get $100 million in Blackting if you can fake cry.
And the Bezos goes to Van Jones for crying like a bitch.
Character matters.
The Crying Like a Bitch award goes to
Being a good person matters.
You know the I can't breathe. That's my favorite.
And it's easier for a whole lot of people. If you're Muslim in this country, you don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here. If you're an immigrant, you don't have to worry if the president's going to be happy to have babies snatched away. Or
babies snatched away. Just stop. The fucking narrative of the left, like these lawn signs that say, kindness is everything. No human is illegal. Your vocabulary is infantile. You have an adolescent nomenclature. Grow the fuck up. Babies snatched away? This is sub-Disney. These are children's fairy tales. Black Lives Matter? What the fuck planet are you on? You think cops don't think Black Lives Matter? You fucking moron? That's not how adults think. Have you ever heard of nuance? Could you be more fucking juvenile? The president wants to snatch babies away? This is for 6-year-olds. You're an imbecile. Love is love. Why don't you just say it is what it is? I'm embarrassed. Aren't you embarrassed?
No human is illegal.
I just said that.
No, I'm saying it again because I think it bears repeating.
Puppies are cute. In this house, we believe puppies are cute. Hugs feel nice. Don't be mean. Jerks are jerks. Mondays, TGIF. I like friends. I don't like enemies.
Back for no reason.
$100 million.
This is vindication for a lot of people who have really suffered. You know, the I can't breathe. You know, that wasn't just George Floyd. That was a lot of people that felt that they couldn't breathe. Every day you're waking up and you're getting these tweets and you just don't know. And you're going to the store and people who have been afraid to show their racism are getting nastier and nastier to you. And you're worried about your kids and you're worried about your sister. And can she just go to Walmart and get back into her car without somebody saying something to her? And you spend so
we got a
much
nigger
of
in
your
Walmart.
life, energy.
That happens
Just trying
all
to
the
hold it
time.
together.
Looky here,
And
boys.
this is a big deal.
It's
For
Rashida
us
Van
just to be able to
Jones.
get
Van
some
Jones'
peace.
cunt black sister.
And have a chance for
That guy's throat would be so sore.
You think you can wander in? Yeah.
and being a good man matters.
Walmart. Are white people even allowed in Walmart?
Yes, but they have to wear like Tabasco hot sauce sweatpants.
Hey man, don't front. There's a lot of hustles out there. This hustle got him $100 million. More money than he can spend in a lifetime.
For them, it's not a good day.
So,
but for a whole lot of people,
obviously, it's black privilege. It's pandering to give Van Jones $100 million. It's basically saying I'm not racist. And I got this vibe at the recent town hall that Joe Biden totally blew. Holy shit, was it bad. Don Lemon's not smart. And if you have to be smart to be on the stage with Joe Biden. You know why? Because you have to translate what he's saying. And it's like learning another language. I believe that I could do it. I could get on stage with Biden and go, you're talking about the FDA and how it's important young people get the vaccine eventually because we could have a new deviant. Crowd roars. It's like a spelling bee. It's like a riddle. I speak Biden.
You're like Columbo, though. Like, it takes some powers.
There's
like,
one thing that's bothering me. My wife's a huge fan.
However, they hire you, but they're like, he's highly controversial. He's not a Biden supporter. He's banned on every social media.
I would have, you know what I should have done?
He created the Proud Boys, but he's the only one qualified.
Don't have me there in person because you'll get in too much shit. But just give me an earpiece for Don.
Oh, that's
I'm like,
perfect.
He's talking about the FDA. But look at the way, so this black privilege, this sort of pandering, this sort of shit lib safari, look at the way he's talking to Don Lemon in this 1-5. It's got a real patronizing tone. Wait, is that the right one? Are you sure you're at 1-5? Or if...
Oh, here we go.
You're usually wrong. Yeah, look.
Just like the other question that's illogical, and I've heard you speak about it because you always, I'm not being solicitous, but you're always straight up about what you're doing. And
See
the question
that?
is
Stop.
whether or not...
You see that? He doesn't watch Don Lemon. He doesn't know who the fuck Don Lemon is. That's just another Van Jones. I want to direct some goodwill to a famous black person. Can you find me one? We got this guy, Don Lemon. Okay, I don't give a shit. Get him out there. I'll flatter him, and it'll make me look good.
We should be in a position where you are. Why can't the experts say we know that this virus is in fact it's going to be, or excuse me, we know why all the drugs approved are not temporarily approved but permanently approved. Yeah. That's underway too. I expect that to occur quickly.
Well, that means you mean for the FDA?
For the FDA,
yeah.
It's underway. Just like
okay, that's the test to see if you get the job.
Poor Don.
What was that?
Poor
what did that
Don.
mean?
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah.
So right now we have the virus is temporarily approved as effective. And we're still proceeding with some caution. He is saying we are not far from a point where this virus, this vaccine is permanently approved, and we can go through it on a global stage in a big way.
I actually like what he says when somebody says it.
It's globalism. I just had a great globalism montage also. But anyway, go back. Oh, sorry. Let's look at his town hall. So that was at the town hall that nobody came to. This is the most popular president in history, biggest voter turnout ever. Okay, so it'll be bigger than Trump, I assume. We've seen Trump when he goes to Florida or Long Island or in Indiana. It's Rolling Stones in Rio. It's just oceans and oceans of people. So if Biden's better than him, then we should see oceans and oceans and mountains of people. No, it looks like a chick from Sleater Kinney is doing an acoustic set in Portland. It looks like a book reading by, who's that level of author? David Cross. Amber Tamblyn is doing a poetry reading. That's what that looks like to me. But go to 1-3. I think this is a new shirt. We can't keep up with shirt production here. Listen to the fucking
okay, I mean, you see, no, it works, or or the mom and dad, or the neighbor, or when you go to church, or when you're. No, I really mean it. There are trusted interlocutors. Think of the people. If your kid wanted to find out whether or not there were there's a man on the moon or whatever, something, or, whether those aliens are here or not. Who are the people they talk to beyond the kids who love talking about it? Are you okay? I mean, you seem, no, it works. Or
are you okay?
Or the mom.
Want me to translate that for you?
Good luck, but yes.
We need to start monitoring misinformation, whether it's text, the internet, anywhere, because right now, if kids want to find out about space travel or things that seem controversial or even linked to conspiracy theories, they're going to be getting it from bad sources. So we need to monitor these bad sources to make sure that the information they're getting is true and valid. And then, of course, while we're there, we'll make sure they don't say anything bad about me or any of my globalist plans. Let's see him talk to Don Lemon again. 1-4.
The other question is illogical, and I've heard you speak about it because I'm not being solicitous, but you're always straight up about what you're doing. And the question is whether or not
we already saw that one. Wait, go down this. He has a whole bunch of them.
Confident that inflation is temporary, but if you're pumping all of this money into the economy, couldn't that add to...
No, look, here's the deal. Moody's today, when a Wall Street firm, not some liberal think tank, said if we pass the other two things I'm trying to get done, we will in fact reduce inflation. Reduce inflation.
Makes sense.
Reduce
Print
inflation.
more money and you reduce inflation.
Good opportunities.
The less value the dollar has, the more value the dollar has. That's Biden logic. Go ahead.
Who in fact are going to be reinvesting.
I want to see the other one.
But folks, the rest of the world's wondering about us. Those of you who travel abroad, not a joke. Not a joke. You asked, when I went to this G7, all the major democracies, I walked in, and I know a lot of them because of my role in the past. And they walk in, and I said, America's back. And they go, I'm serious, heads of state. I give you my word as a Biden. I said, are you really back? I mean, how can we believe you, Joe, but will the country ever get it together? I talked to Xi Jinping.
They said, are you really back? Because you're not making any sense. And America is the global laughingstock right now because of this guy. Right or left. Go down to 1-9 to see one of his peers speak exactly like he does. This is his demographic. This is who relates to him.
It is whether or not we should be in a position where you are. Why can't the
that you do
the experts say we know that this virus is in fact
you could do so you want
it's going to be or excuse me we know why all the drugs approved are not temporarily approved but permanently approved.
You want him to do you so much you could do anything?
And the
okay, just a couple more because we're getting depressing here. They play Hail to the Chief when he walks into a room, and he says, you know what he says to us? He says, help. I don't belong here. You think that you're laughing at this laughingstock? Imagine being the actual laughingstock. I'm petrified up here on stage. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have brain damage. My brain has been in a bowl. My skull has been removed. They've played with my brain. So his brain wasn't in a bowl. The top of his head was. And then they popped it back on like a big fat yarmulke and sewed him up. And the doctor said, it's possible you'll start losing motor functions and your ability to think cognitively in about 10 years. Guess where we are, folks? We're in a doctor's premonition. Go ahead. Turn it up.
Thank you. Every time I hear that, I wonder when he's coming.
When I hear "Hail to the Chief," I wonder when he's coming. Where is the chief?
She's behind you, sir.
I'm not the chief, is what he just said to the world.
I wonder when he's coming.
Don't hail me. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Where's the chief? This one's interesting. So, you know adrenochrome? There are a lot of some Info News guys. I know one guy actually who believes in adrenochrome, and that is they torture children, get the adrenaline going, and then they drink their blood. It's a crazy fucking theory. There's 331 million people in America. I would say 32 believe that the elites suck the blood of children. They do blood transfusions with teenage blood, but like drinking the blood of children that have been tortured and then killed, very fucking rare you're going to find someone. How hard is it to find someone who wants to defund the police? I'm going to say that's about a third of America. That's about 100 million people. So go to 2-1 and we'll see Joe Biden not knowing the difference between 100 million and 35.
Not defunding the police.
And are there people who, in the Democratic Party, who want to defund the police?
Are there people in the Republican Party who think we're sucking the blood out of kids?
I'm not sure. Are there people in the Democratic Party who want to defund the president?
He walks away in a nailed it way. Like slam dunk. Yeah, we have 100 million weirdos, but you have 35 weirdos. So weirdos on both sides. There's good and bad people on both sides. This is the beauty of teachers not enforcing mathematics in school, because you can play with the numbers and make 35 look like 100 mil. All right, last one. I actually don't know what this one is. It's my last Biden. No, it's the same one. So what was 21? Have I got the same one twice?
If you look at the link.
Oh, yeah,
Shane
that's
Cow
one.
status.
All right, that's enough fucking Biden.